When you start your own recruitment business, you need to be niche. And here's why, and why it works. If you try and cover everything, you're just going to be a busy fool. You're going to be pulled from all different directions. You're not going to have any focus, and you will soon get worn down by that. So if you can start out, you set your stall out, you identify your niche, you become a specialist, you position as a specialist from day one. You only cover a small set of skills. So within a niche, ideally 3 to 5 job titles, 3 to 5 skill sets with some overlap, because they're all in the same niche. They're all relevant, whether that's in terms of seniority, or the fact that they cross over, they sit in the same department, whatever that looks like. So you've got a little pocket and a narrow area and a niche, and you've identified that, and you can sort of literally carve that out. And that might, depending on your industry and the sector, you might also need to add sort of a location perimeter to that as well. Or you might be able to do UK wide, or whatever country you're in. This all depends on the sort of numbers within your niche, and that's another topic. But basically, you carve out your niche, you set your stall out, you're the specialist in this space, and it gives you massive focus. So when you start, you just feel quite overwhelmed, and it will prevent that to a certain extent, because you've got the focus in terms of who do you need to speak to? Well, it becomes very easy. You need to speak to people that have got, or you can see, have they got the skills that you recruit for, is number one. Or number two, could they be a hiring manager for the skills that you recruit? And if the answer is not yes to those questions, then you don't speak to them, or you don't focus your attention. And so the focus is a big thing, because if you've got an intention of what you grow in your network, who you grow in your network with, because again, it's going to surround your niche. Are they a potential candidate? Are they a potential client? That's who you want to curate your network with. It means that you don't get sidetracked, and you don't get easily led down, oh, let's go down this rabbit hole, that rabbit hole. This market seems to be doing well this month, or oh, there's loads of jobs posted over here this minute, and you just lose that focus that you need. Because when you start out in business, that's one thing you're going to lack, because if you're moving away from a job, you're moving away from a lot of structure in a lot of cases. And so just giving you this focus will massively help with that. And over time, it hugely compounds as well, and it allows you to cut through the noise easier. Because if you're starting as one individual, it is difficult to create a brand. Obviously, it takes time, and there's a lot of time to allow for that to build. Whereas if you are very, very specific in what you recruit and what you cover, it does allow you to cut through quite quickly. And if that's specified on your LinkedIn, which should basically be almost like a landing page, then very quickly, as you're connecting with people and it says in your headline that you recruit XYZ skills and they have got said skills, then it becomes a no-brainer to connect with you, because you've automatically got an affiliation, and there's a connection based upon what the skills you recruit and the skills that they've got. There's already a synergy there, so the chances of them connecting with you are much higher, because they can recognize that you might be someone that can help them or support them, whether that's now or in the future. And that's your sort of positioning, and especially from day one, that's where you need to start. And over time, it starts to become your brand as well, because you can sort of lean on it as being this expert in this space, and it means that you then start to become people will identify you as the specialist in that market, or as, oh, she or he's the guy that does that. That's who you need to reach out to, and you become known and sort of known for what you do, and much quicker as well. So that gives you, that massively enhances your brand and integrity, and that gives you a bit of an edge, which is what you need, especially as a small business. You need to find your edge, your sort of unique selling point, or your unfair advantage, or however you want to describe it, all those things. And yeah, that's, in a nutshell, that is why being niche works. And just wanting to, I suppose, go over that again, on what I teach, and a big part of the strategy.